Welcome to the 2024 D-Business 30 in Their 30s.
I'm Joe Bamberger. I'm the managing partner of Emerge. We are a talent pipeline management firm. We help companies create relationships with educational institutions to create the next generation of their workforce. The reason we started our business was to help companies build a sustainable workforce long term. And the analogy that I like to give to emphasize that point is if you think of your company as a college football program where you're going to hit the transfer portal every once in a while to find that next great quarterback or running back that can come in and hit the ground running right away, the best teams that build the best sustained success year after year are the ones that have the best recruitment classes coming in. But having that bench or that depth from within is where you build the best sustained success. And that's what we look to do for our clients, is help them build that bench, that pipeline of talent coming in so they can build a sustainable workforce long term.
Hi, I'm Ashley Bulat, Executive Director of Fox Run Village in Novi. Fox Run is a vibrant retirement experience serving more than 1,300 older adults. So in my early 20s, I had an opportunity to work in retirement living and happened to meet an 85-year-old vibrant woman by the name of Margaret, who was bound and determined to show me that working with seniors was not overrated. Through that friendship and connection, really developed a sense of purpose working with older adults. And so we actually kept in touch for many, many years. She was very tough and somebody that really helped to show me that women can be successful, as she was a business owner herself. So it turned into kind of a mentoring relationship as well that set the tone for my career.
My name is Aaron Siepierski. I'm the CEO of a company, Aaron's Estate Sales. We help people downsize and sell everything that they own when they're downsizing or a loved one passes away. When I was about 20 years old, I was working for a gentleman and he had hired me to clean out a garage. So I was shoveling stuff into a dumpster all day from this garage. It was one of the best days of my life. I made $100 that day. At the end of that day, we found a jacket. And it was just this dirty old jacket on the bottom of this floor in this garage. And I didn't know what it was, but the gentleman I was working with did know what it was. And we sold that jacket, ended up being worth $8,000. And that experience changed my life from going from making $100, laboring and working, to having the knowledge about something and what it was worth to be able to take it and resell it and make thousands of dollars just from one piece of information. So that changed my whole perspective of money, business, and led me down a path where I knew I had to know something about this.
Hi, I'm Shalandira McGlown Allen, owner of Hot Commodity Eyewear. I specialize in sunglasses and optical frames. I originally started out wanting to be a fashion designer. So I would use like my ruffle socks to make my Barbie's dresses, and I loved sunglasses, so I would bejewel them to match the little ruffles on the skirts. And I just realized, everyone sells clothes, so what is so special and unique about you? And I wear glasses, so I love fashion, so I made sure both of them are combined, and now I'm Hot Commodity Eyewear.
My name is Giuseppe Lucido. I'm the Senior Vice President of Operations at United Wholesale Mortgage. We're based in Pontiac, Michigan, and we're the number one overall mortgage lender. After I graduated from college, in a couple months before I started at UWM, I had been working at a restaurant throughout college. Happened to be bartending one day. It was a Sunday afternoon, and I had a couple come in and sit at my bar. They were the only two people, so we got to chatting, and they told me that their son actually just started working at a mortgage company, and that was hiring underwriters, and I knew a little bit about what underwriting was, so they wrote the name of the company down on like a little square beverage napkin for me. I started at UWM probably 2 months later, and I've been there for the last 11 years.
I'm Nick DeCroo. I work at Cocklin Laboratories, Vice President of Operations. Cocklin is a family-owned technology contractor based in Dearborn. We install communication networks for Wi-Fi, audiovisual, cellular, computer networks. Coming out of college, I graduated from Michigan, moved to Connecticut, and worked at the ESPN headquarters in Bristol as part of the Stats and Information Group. But after 2 years of working only nights and weekends, I moved back home to Michigan. I was unsure of what I wanted to do. My uncle said, why don't you come learn the family business? I figured I'd give it a shot and see what that was like for a little bit while I figured out my next move. I started off in the warehouse. I was sweeping floors, organizing shelves, loading trucks, going to job sites. Gradually added more and more responsibilities over the years, including now I'm the license holder for a contractor's license in 7 states. Went back and got my MBA, and 14 years later, after trying out for a little bit, I'm still here. and I oversee all operations across the country. I'm really proud to be a third generation member of KLA Labs.
I'm Chelsea Hyduk, and I am founder of Chida, which is an architecture practice based in Detroit, Michigan. I was born and raised in the suburbs of Detroit and left for the East Coast after I finished my undergraduate studies and spent time in Boston and New York City before returning to Detroit. My favorite project currently is the one that brought me to Detroit. It's a multifamily residential project that I intend to live in to prove out my goals as an architect, which is really exciting. And it's also a project where we're putting on a hat as architect and developer. That project got me here, and it's under construction currently. And I'm just really excited to see it come to life, to create vibrant space for people to live, but also to be outside and gain access to what I think is Detroit's greatest asset, which is open space.
My name's Jennifer Borowy. I serve as president and CEO at Michigan First Credit Union. My undergrad was actually in education. I was supposed to teach middle school students math and English, and as I was working through a part-time job, I deposited my last paycheck at a local bank and they were hiring. So I ended up working at the bank as a part-time teller and ended up falling in love with it and just being able to help people. Flash forward, my favorite story is at the credit union, and I was able to serve a member who was on very limited income, and she had a number of credit cards that we were trying to consolidate. And at the end of that, we were able to save her a lot of money. And then I handed her my scissors and we were able to physically cut the cards together. And it was very emotional for her, and I could tell I was really making an impact in her life. Although I'm not teaching middle school students, in the credit union space, we have a really great opportunity to make a big impact in financial education for a lot of people.
My name is Jeremy Sasson, founder and CEO of Heirloom Hospitality Group. We represent restaurants here in Detroit, such as Prime and Proper, Townhouse, and Mad Nice. So, the story I want to tell today is one of how I started in the business, or kind of why I am in the restaurant business. And it starts with the little story about my mom, which I'm sure she will be a bit embarrassed that I will tell publicly on camera. But my mom couldn't cook; she didn't cook very well, and both of my parents worked together in a family business. So our family meals and family dining was at restaurants, and we ate from the highest brow venue to the greasy spoon space. And my memories have always been profoundly in restaurants and around restaurants. So when I left college and decided not to pursue family business and went on my own, I went to the only other place I was probably most comfortable, and that's in and around a restaurant in a dining room. And that's really forged the way in which has inspired and profoundly changed the way I view restaurants. And that's my insight on myself.
Hi, I'm Brad Cocklin. I'm the founder of Chunk Nibbles. We're a family snack business based in Troy. Back in 2017, my wife and I were both working for a commercial insurance company in Chicago, working the 60, 70 hours a week, and decided that we wanted to do something that would benefit our family. We put together this idea where we were going to quit our jobs and start making snacks for a living. Came back and we were talking to my grandparents about it and wanted to get my grandma's blessing, with it obviously being her recipe. She told me, do not do it. That is the silliest thing. Why would you quit your great job and risk everything? And I told her it was because I believe in it. I think it actually has some legs. So we now have it in a variety of 6 different flavors, and our products, you can find them in 3,000 plus stores across the country, continuing to grow every day on TikTok, as well as some other social media channels as well.
My name is Chris Brownell. I'm the CEO of Cocklin Lighting. We're a lighting manufacturing business that was founded in 1895 by my great-great-grandfather, a guy named Otis Cocklin. So being involved in a family-owned business, my family's very important to me. We like to spend a lot of time together, during working hours and beyond. So my family was on vacation in Washington State on Orcas Island, and we were going out for a whale watching trip and saw all of these old wooden boats from the 20s and 30s. My mom looked at us and said, that looks like my grandfather's boat, the Bo Peep II. I wonder if it's here in this harbor. We go out for our whale watching trip, come back. Sure enough, we see a boat go by, it says Bo Peep II. My mom screams, "We are Cocklin." Cocklin is the name of our business and my mom's maiden name. And so the guy understands that, comes over in his dinghy, takes us to the boat, and we just get to explore this wooden boat built in 1926 by my great-grandfather that was his favorite escape from work, and learn a little bit more about a man who's so important to our family that I never got to meet. And it was just a very special moment of serendipity.
My name's Chris Chamberlain. I own the Detroit Princess along with some friends, but I'm the CEO and chief guy in charge. So a little bit about me and the business. It's a family business. My folks, believe it or not, started with canoe rental way back in the 1970s, and we've grown it to a number of businesses, or a number of boats really, in the fleet. I didn't really recognize it. We lost my father real early, about 10 years ago now, and he really found a lot of fulfillment and joy in the job that he did. And I always remember growing up in the business, and we're going on an adventure today. And now having kids of my own, I kind of view it the same way. And I didn't realize it until you get there, but you really have to enjoy what you're doing in life and frame it as an adventure. And somehow the adventure just happens along the way.
I'm Nick DeCroo. I'm a director at Woodward Park Partners. We are a sell-side M&A boutique advisory firm. Finding work-life balance can be a struggle, especially in professional services, because we are driven by clients' demands and deadlines that are ever-changing and seemingly always closer than they are further away. So it's really important to make sure that you're carving out time to give back to your family, because they make a lot of sacrifices for the day in, day out of our jobs. So golf has been good for business. It's good for networking. It's good for a conversation starter, but having some free time to get out there with the family, watch the kids hit around a little bit. My wife plays, which I'm very lucky because it doesn't need the free time on the weekend. It's been fun to get the kids out there. They play a few holes here and there, which is fun to see them grow and develop and have some good quality family time out there, which brings some levity, given the seriousness of the job and getting home and having some free time and relaxing and playing with the kids.